Hi guys, I want to share with you our latest book, When Souls Transition. 30 cases of past life and life between life regressions. This book is massive. It is 624 cases. And as you can see, it is composed of cases conducted by myself and Jenna, my wife. And it's about 50-50, 50 of her cases, 50 of mine. And these cases highlight the diversity of past life and life between life regression. There are, unlike my other book, When Souls Awaken, there is no comment to the cases for a very specific reason. And the reason is we want you to just read the cases and get lost into them. There's no babbling, no commenting, no criticism about anything. There is just beautiful cases. It's also available on audiobook, and you will just get lost and in transition, in translation. You're just going from birth to birth, from here to the afterlife, and back into another birth. And it is just a continuous stream that, as 624 pages will show you, will keep you engaged for quite a while. It is obviously available on Audible. And so, what has been the reason behind compiling a book of just cases? Now, after my first book, When Souls Awaken, we got really comments, which we always invite, of people that on the one hand wanted more cases, and on the other hand they loved the philosophy behind it, to investigate more and deeper into the philosophy behind the journey of the soul. And so, to satisfy the group that wanted more cases, we created this. Case after case after case. You cannot say like, well, you didn't tell us enough cases. Voila, here they are. Then on the other hand, we composed a course that is also called When Souls Awaken, and you can actually find it in whensoulsawaken.com. And this course goes chapter by chapter into the book When Souls Awaken and further elaborates on the discoveries, on the philosophy behind the journey of the soul. Now, I'd like to share with you a little bit about our approach towards the idea of the soul. Because there are cultural factors. If you think from the Christian Judaic perspective, we think about the soul after death as we go to heaven and we are in these realms, and then if you perhaps add to that the idea of rebirth, you descend back. But if you start looking at the journey of the soul from the perspective of perhaps yoga or Vedanta or the Oriental ideas of Buddhism, does it change? Does it change the idea of reincarnation? Does it change the goal towards where we travel? And in my experience as a full-time past life, life between life regression therapist, it does. And you will find also in this book that according to the fundamental ideas that the client has, that these experiences change. It's not so much that reality itself changes, because reality is what it is, but we are perceiving it in a different way. For example, let's say I have died and I am in between lives. So you would say I'm able to look back on all the lives I have lived, but I can also look forward to, okay, well, where is this journey headed? Am I living these lives for a certain purpose? Is there an end goal? Now, depending on where you are, let's say here's the end, here's my history, I'm somewhere in the middle. Do you think that my consciousness would change life after life? I would assume that if you are just kind of new to the idea of birth, you have just been kind of born in the first few lives on this planet or perhaps other planets, you would be less evolved. And so, but now, with what we have been exposed to, the knowledge that we have, so many centuries later, if I'm leaving this body, would my awareness of what's possible as a soul, the idea of enlightenment, would it differ? Well, yes. And so you see, therefore, my perception and my vision towards what that life, afterlife would look like also changes. And that's what you will find in all these cases. You will find that not one life between life is identical. And the notion is that if this is a world that is like a heaven, that it would just be one world and it would have one set of rules. But this is not the case. The case is that as per my evolution, depending on all the lives I have lived, my realization at that moment will allow me to perceive a different reality. Same on earth, same after death. And so that is something that is just wonderful to discover. All these beautiful souls that we get to meet, and they all, you will see, have their own level of awakening. And to read those cases or to hear them on Audible, it is fascinating and it's very educational, because we ourselves expand our notion of what is possible in terms of my end goal. I have a goal in this life, but I also have an end goal. Where do I want to go? What my final evolutionary unfoldment will look like? What is it like? Is it a state? Is it something I do? Find out for yourself. And as you are reading this or hearing this, leave us some comments below, and we are so happy to hear what you're thinking about it. Perhaps if you have questions, this channel is the spiritual advice channel where you can ask questions and that we like to address in some future video. Feel free to share, to comment, to contact us at any time. We love to be of service. This is kind of our mission, to share the knowledge, to explore together what knowledge is. We are also just instrumental. There are so many levels of awareness that you and I are not aware of, and by collectively sharing this knowledge, we learn from each other. So this is very interactive. We like it to be something that we share together, that we grow together. So leave us your comments and like and subscribe. Thank you. Till the next time.